Okay, you're
Good
good.
evening and welcome to the BrainTrust. The Academy BrainTrust is a roundtable discussion forum for determining solutions to societal and cultural problems. Tonight's episode is about the future of comic book movies, and warning, there may be spoilers. Joining me on the panel tonight is a cripple, a discount wrath, and a guy with a severe metabolic disorder. Gentlemen, let's begin. So, after the Infinity Wars, we've got to figure out where the MCU is going from here. And of course, after uh, DC, I can only hope that we're just going to reboot everything.
And first of all, we got to find out who here has seen the new Avengers movie.
No spoilers.
Yes.
I have not, but I'm fine with spoilers.
No one else is, though, the audience. I mean, so.
I did give a warning in the beginning of this. I said there may be spoilers. We're going to try to go spoiler free, but let's figure out where we go from here.
Well, that's the problem, though. If people haven't seen it and they don't know what happened.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but my fiance has, and he's explained a lot of things to me. And I have seen a lot of clips on YouTube, as we probably all have.
No, but how can we discuss? How can everybody discuss where we're going if we don't know where we've been?
Well, because there's a lot of comic book universe out there. I mean, we were discussing earlier. First of all, Deadpool 2 coming up looks pretty awesome.
And that's Celine Dion.
It does look pretty awesome.
And of course, you know, Deadpool is just it's just the greatest comic book movie ever.
Yes, it is. Deadpool is the best. It's the best comic book movie I've seen in my lifetime. I can easily say that.
Look, I know that wasn't him in the suit in the Celine Dion video, but it was still hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to like use your imagination. You know, of course he can't dance that way or move that way, but it's hilarious.
And Satan, no, you're wrong about the spoilers. Okay, some of those are not deaths because they all have movies coming out in the future.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they do a timeline shift, which they could do, because
basically, if they disintegrate in the movie, they're not dead.
So my question
alternate universe.
Alternate universe. Well, yeah, they could just Star Trek it, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm thinking they could destroy their company with their next movie just by calling it Thanatos and the Gauntlet of Fire. I think that would be a good title to make everybody hate Marvel forever.
Okay, that's an older one. What about the last? What about the last Thor? What about Ragnarok? Did you guys like that one?
Oh my God, that was the best Thor.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was, you know, it might not have been like intellectually interesting, but it was fun. It was fucking knock down, drag out, fucking balls to the wall, fucking fun.
Yeah, and the soundtrack was just completely overdone in the worst way. I loved it. I couldn't love it more.
The headgear, come on, I don't know, too much.
Who gives a shit about what they wear though? It's hilarious.
No, the headgear was awesome. Like I said, when it comes to Thor, you have to overdo it.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be just turn it up to volume 13.
I love that part though, where they announce the Hulk and he's like, "Yes,
that's my buddy. I know him."
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he's like, boom, 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 boom.
And I thought Jeff Goldblum was going to be terrible, but he really wasn't.
No,
Jeff Goldblum's amazing in everything he is.
He's terrible in everything he is. That's what makes him Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, like he's like this weird, like neurotic, like crazy, stumbling, stuttering motherfucker.
He's just really great at being terrible.
Yes.
I did like his ending after credit scene, where he stumbles out and he's like, "We all played our part. Can't have a revolution without somebody to revolt against." So let's get back to work.
Okay.
I'm so completely behind on the fucking movies.
You gotta get caught up.
How was Black Panther, everybody?
Necessary. You got to go watch it.
Damn it.
It is. It really is. It's not essential, but it's very necessary.
I'm in a weird gray area. I'm someone that has seen the movies through it. Like my fiance has seen them, and my friends that have seen them, and I've seen so many fucking clips from the movies from, you know, YouTube and so many of other websites that I basically feel like I've seen the movie already.
Okay, coming up, we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Venom, the new Spider-Verse Spider-Man, which is like the cartoon one.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, I'm not really big into the cinematic cartoon universe.
No,
Me
that's the whole
neither.
Morales one. Silver and
Even
Black.
so, I don't like it.
Silver and Black. I don't know who that is, but Dark Phoenix. That might be okay. I don't know.
Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah, that sounds like it could be interesting.
See, here's the problem. And I love this. I love the idea of doing the Dark Phoenix, but every single time they put their hands on something from the X-Men series, it just comes out trash.
Yeah.
To be fair, the rights are owned by different companies, though.
Yeah, I get that, and that's why they keep putting out trash. But
Captain Marvel. You got that one?
yeah, looking forward to that. That one's going to be great.
God, Fantastic Four needs to be just buried underneath a fucking gigantic fucking mansion somewhere and
I
never
don't
let
know.
out.
They could redo it.
They've tried to so many times, though. It's what do you think they would have to do to make it good?
Okay, here's my idea for how to make the
'Cause I'm
Fantastic
curious.
Four good. Here's what you do. You do what you've done with this whole Infinity War saga, but what you do it with is the Onslaught saga.
Mm,
Okay? You're aiming for no, don't go Age of Apocalypse. That's been ruined already.
yeah,
Go for the Onslaught saga and do it in like 15 movies, like you did with Avengers Infinity Wars.
yeah,
And by then, here's the best part. By the time you get to the end, you'll have all the Avengers established and the entire MCU established to die at the hands of Onslaught.
yes.
It'll be beautiful. And then Franklin Richards emerges,
Well, from the
because the Fantastic Four is such an essential part of the Onslaught saga.
It is. It really is. But they
And
just
you
can't
get to
build them up
introduce
good enough.
X-Man. You get to have Nate Summers, like seriously.
Yeah.
Would
By
be
the way,
beautiful.
I told these people in chat. I said if they showed up in the chat and started their nonsense, I would boot them, and that's what I've done. I'm just letting you guys know that I was serious.
Wait,
Anyway,
there's a chat?
yeah.
Yeah, there are people from our chat from our live stream earlier that are like from 4chan kind of people, and they're like really toxic.
There was a question though. Which Marvel hero would you most like to pause? POZ.
don't answer that question. That
I know.
pause my manhole, bro. God damn it.
I know. It's still pretty funny. What do you guys think? Okay, they're doing a Logan spinoff. What do you think about that? The little girl from Logan.
Oh, they are. That'll be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I want to find out what happens to her afterwards.
Because I guess she has adamantium claws too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really interesting to see them retry doing the Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they ruined it the first time.
No,
No. It was Deadpool in space. Like seriously,
Yeah.
great job with Deadpool in space. Next time, call it Deadpool in space, and people will go and watch it.
There is so much to that universe, though. They could do their whole
That's DCEU.
I know, but there's still a lot to it.
Yeah.
See, I think the problem with DC's universe and their attempt at going with the Justice League was that when Infinity Wars was built up, it was built up as like we're going to put together 15 to 20 movies that are building up to this massive saga, and by the time it comes to a head, we're going to be making $500 million per movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, good idea. And like halfway through, DC said, holy shit, do you see what they're doing? We got to do something too. Slap it together. Get the glue. And by the time they started cranking out movies, they were just trash. It was like, you can't rush that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Especially
Samaj.
because of like Batman, you can't rush Batman.
Not to be racist or anything here, but Asians in production of movies are not exactly the greatest combination. And I know it sounds bad, but they're good at making movies and producing movies, but they're not good at planning them out. They just want to they just pump out movies, or they pump out work because that's kind of the. And I'm making this because the guy in charge of the cinematic universe of the DC. I can't remember his name. I know he's some Asian kind of guy, but I know it sounds terrible. I know. I'm really bad.
You just come right in with that too.
I come in
Holy
with Asians. Like,
You
look,
know,
nothing against them. They're
Fuck
we're
Asians,
trying to
man.
have-
They make
I-
shitty movies.
We're
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
have
no,
a
no, no, no. I
productive
never said that.
conversation about the direction of movies, and you just turn this into a God, man.
Fuck
you know,
Asians. Directors can't. Asian directors can't direct.
it's not like we don't already have a
That's not
trade
right.
war with China. Come on.
No, like I said, the Asian, like even in their own movies when they make them, they don't plan out long things. They're not good at the slow game. They
Slow
just
dubs
Are you
coming out
kidding?
of
Have
a
you
train
seen
tunnel.
Dragon Ball Z? It takes them 6 episodes to finish a fight.
well, the difference between that is one, that's Japanese, and two, that's filler. The actual manga keeps going. That's a different nerd stream about Japanese culture. No,
Ragdoll in the chat made a note that she has a ton of issues with superhero movies, but because she compares them constantly to the comics.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Anyone
have that
else?
issue too.
Yeah,
Well,
it's hard not to link them.
I think that's why I like the Avengers so much, is because Robert Downey really owned Tony Stark more than anybody has ever owned their character up until that point.
well, I hate to say this, but I mean, Robert Downey Jr. has an emotional connection to Tony Stark.
Mhm.
Oh God.
And the reason why I say that, you all know the backstory.
You do realize,
I'd be
you
emotional
realize
if I was being paid how much he's being paid right now.
We've seen the images of Tony Stark drunk off his ass with broken bottle in a bar.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean about the actor Robert Downey, I mean, like at the time when he was like earlier on in his career, he was on the verge of suicide.
He was also very severely into drug use.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and he was
Tons of cocaine.
really And so when this role came about, here's a character that's very much like him, and he resonated with it so well, and that's why he was able to pull such a performance out of him, and because it was such a important part of his life, and all that, dealing with it and performing it. 'Cause for him, it really was his life, or an aspect of it. That's why he doesn't want to give this role up. He's so connected, and you don't really get that with a lot of actors. I mean, that it takes a lot of. It's a rare case when you have something like that.
yeah, it was just a perfect fit.
Yeah, and it worked for him.
Yeah, and I gotta say, they probably couldn't pick a better Captain America either.
What about Hugh Jackman and Wolverine though?
No, too tall.
No, I meant about him being like made for that role kind of thing.
No, he's too tall.
Logan was really good. I mean,
I think that
You think Wolverine should be a midget?
No,
Yes,
I
yes,
think
he
he should
is.
be like 5'4". Like
Wolverine.
he
No,
is.
Wolverine's a short man.
Hugh Jackman is actually pretty short.
Yeah, he
In
doesn't
real life.
he doesn't really look it. The other problem with Hugh Jackman is that he's a little too he's a little too good looking, and when he started playing Wolverine, he was way too fucking scrawny.
I want an ugly short man. That's what I want.
Yes,
Get me that.
Danny
casting
DeVito.
director.
Danny DeVito.
2006.
Yeah, they screwed up with Peter Dinklage too. You know, like in Game of Thrones, that character he's supposed to play is incredibly ugly. That's Hollywood for you.
Well, there's a difference there. I mean,
They couldn't find an ugly midget that could actually act at the
Seriously?
same
Yeah.
time. So he's
Like-
the only one that could act. He's the only one that could do the acting job.
Not to mention another issue.
There's not a
with
big
it.
list to
He's
choose from.
Australian, not Canadian.
Yeah. Well, I
No
don't-
idea where that came from.
Well, he's talking about Wolverine, and actually,
Oh yeah.
I
Hugh
don't
Jackman,
really,
yeah.
I don't really care that he's Australian because I am from Alberta, Canada, the birthplace of Wolverine. I don't care. It could be, he doesn't have to be, Canadian and all that.
So, future MCU movie, Captain Trudeau. I'm here to tell you how we
Captain
should have done
Lipton.
things.
What about do we have to mention X-Force?
Oh no.
We could. I mean, it's going to come out fast. I'll tell you that much.
Because I know they're doing a movie about it, but
Yeah, they're probably already filming it. And that's probably because they have to get it out while they can before it gets, Fox gets owned by.
I mean,
Disney.
I really like Negasonic Teenage Warhead, or at least the movie version of her.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that as soon as Disney acquires Fox, they're going to recast everyone, with the exception of Ryan Reynolds. I hear rumors that Ryan Reynolds is already in talks to keep playing Deadpool.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
like that's another one of those you just found your perfect role.
Well,
Like-
the great thing about doing a character like Deadpool, because some of the problems with working with actors is that they often get paid by showing their faces.
Yeah.
Because it's part of partially in their contract, and if they don't do that for, let's say, a superhero movie, then how are they going to do that for other movies? Ryan Reynolds is one of those guys. He just didn't give a fuck. I mean, he made good money on movies back in the day. He doesn't care if people won't see his face or not. And if you cover him, what?
You finish your point.
If you cover him in makeup and wear a mask all the time, you don't have to worry if he gets old. I mean, part of the problem with Hugh Jackman is he's getting old. You're going to see all the wrinkles and all that stuff. So, I mean, that's a little harder to hide. And so, yeah. But Deadpool, that's pure makeup. Who cares?
Yeah, that's why. That's why Hugh Jackman was kind of perfect for Wolverine, for Logan. Because aging old man Logan going cross country.
Yeah, but they're pretty much having that little girl take over instead, so it's like.
But that's actually something that I really appreciated about the new Dredd movie, because Carl Urban did not take off the helmet.
The last Dredd movie, it was terrible though. Oh my god.
Bullshit. That was
Dredd?
fucking amazing. It was great compared to the fucking Sly Stallone movie.
Okay, the action scenes were great in it, but besides that, it just, I don't know.
The acting was hokey.
Oh, I liked it, and I hope it does good if it comes on Netflix.
Well, I'm looking forward to, like, Venom might be okay if they do it well.
Yeah, I mean they pulled off a pretty decent Spider-Man this go around.
Like the humor is really good in Venom, from what I can tell. So
I actually really enjoyed the middle set of Spider-Man. I don't know why anybody didn't. Like
number 2?
Yeah, the second go around. There's the first one where you had
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, the Ultimate Crier.
Oh, I thought you meant with Jamie Foxx. I was like, ugh.
That was good until you got through the second movie, and then they just ruined it. And then they redid it with the Amazing Spider-Man, and I was actually quite fond of the first one. I don't think I saw the second one.
The second one with Jamie Foxx, though, if you saw that, you would hate it. You would be like, "Oh my god, I hate."
He's the Electric Man. Yeah, it's really.
They had him bouncing off of stuff at the power plant, different coils or whatever, and he actually played a friggin' Iron Man or whatever it was.
He played.
Imagine Ray Charles if he was electric. That's what Jamie Foxx's performance was like.
What was the song?
He was playing Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Those movies aren't the greatest, but I think the problem with the Venom movie, because if you don't know this, it's going to be done by Sony, and it's actually not going to be connected to the MCU. At least not that we know of, but I know why they're doing that, and that's because Sony is having financial problems.
Isn't the Spider-Verse going to be its own thing? Or that's just a cartoon?
That's just a cartoon.
Okay.
There might be a series of Spider-Man related movies based around the characters, like maybe like a Sinister Six origin story. They did have a canceled project called Silver and Black, which is
that one canceled. Okay.
That got canceled. It was essentially going to be Silver Sable and Black Cat. It's going to be like a crossover movie with them, but it just wasn't working.
I think they're still doing it. I think they're doing animated though.
No, what they're doing animated is they got the Spider-Verse movie. If that does well, then of course they're going to make more. I wouldn't be surprised to make a Spider-Gwen movie or who knows what else that they could get away with, because the animated stuff they pretty much have more license to do whatever they want with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
Different dimension, different character entirely. Whatever. The Morales thing or whatever they're doing, right?
Yeah, the main character is going to be Miles Morales, and I'm okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
What do you guys think of the new Flash? I kind of like him, but
he gave me Pee Wee Herman vibes.
Which one are you talking about?
The
in
Flash
Avengers,
that was
the Avengers one.
The Avengers?
the Justice League.
Justice League.
Creepy, gropey man.
They're gonna join the two eventually. You know they will.
What?
No.
They'll do lots of crossovers in the future.
I thought you were talking about they're gonna join the characters together like the fucking Human Centipede.
No. They'll have Deathstroke and Deathpool together in one movie.
And Doubting Tommy points out in the chat, Venom is going to be a standalone.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Do you think they'll go villain or hero?
Anti-hero.
Both.
Anti-hero, most likely. There was a comic book series that kind of followed him for a while.
Yeah, but I like the whole multiple we are Venom thing. That's a lot better than what they tried to do in the original Spider-Man.
Will we have the? Do you think we'll have the Punisher?
No. What do you mean, like in Venom?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that sucks.
This is a solo movie, and even if there's going to be other characters, they're going to be Spider-Man oriented, which means you're more likely to get the Vulture than you are to get, let's say, like the Punisher or Daredevil or
oh my god, that most recent Punisher show was so amazing.
Honestly, that was fantastic.
Whoa, hold on.
Oh,
what about Carnage?
Ooh.
Rumor is that Carnage.
Isn't he going to show up in the Venom movie?
The rumor is that there's going to be multiple symbiotes that they're going to find, but Carnage and Venom are the two that get out, and Venom has to deal with Carnage. That's the theory. It's more likely going to happen because if it's going to be like Venom fighting the military, a secret organization, that can get boring. So they're probably going to do something like that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
So I was just thinking back to the old Batman movies with Poison Ivy and all that. It was so ridiculous.
Oh, those old fucking movies!
Oh yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Professor
You need
Freeze.
to chill out.
I was thinking more Bane was the best. Oh my god.
Please.
The original Bane, I'm telling you. It was awesome.
The animated one or like the
No, he's talking about the Bane and he's talking about the Bane
Batman and
Batman
Robin,
for
yeah.
I thought it was Batman Forever. No, it was Batman and Robin.
Yeah. That was an example of them stuffing way too many villains in one movie.
And Bane wasn't even in a speaking role. He was just some poor experimented upon dude. On death
Here's
row.
a piece of fondue that got some radiation attached to it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some funness to when it used to be all campy though. There's a good place in my heart for all the serious stuff that they're doing now, but when it was all campy and stuff, it was still fun,
Oh no, it was terrible. I saw all those neon lights in Batman and Robin, and I was like, I'm done. They're fighting. They're fighting with fluorescent tubes.
The whole Spider-Man 3 part where he's doing that dance.
They're in a gay club in 1998.
Yeah. I don't from a visual aesthetic feel, I don't mind it because if you kept going with Tim Burton muted colors, almost black and white tone to it, it would get boring. So I understand why they went in a different direction. Unfortunately,
they went into a way different direction.
Well, I think that it would have been smarter if they kept the tone, but brightened up the color. And I don't think
kept the dark tone, bright color.
In the third movie, we had Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, and I think that was just it. It was the third villain.
Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Yeah.
Well, Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones had an excellent performance as the Joker.
They hated each other on set, though, apparently. Tommy Lee Jones fucking hated Jim Carrey. There's Jim Carrey actually tells a story where he goes to a restaurant when they found out they were starting to work together, and he just happened to bump into him when they found out they had worked before they even filmed together. And then Tommy Lee Jones saw him and was shocked, and he went up and shook his hand. And he said, "I fucking hate you." And then he just walked back to his table and started eating.
Good.
And that's from Jim Carrey. saying that Tommy Lee Jones did that.
I'll tell you this much: actors hating themselves on set or hating other actors, I'm okay with that because they played two separate villains who should be at each other's throat, and I think the chemistry between that could have worked. Unfortunately,
I think that made it better.
I think the direction of the movie altogether is what hurt it.
George Clooney didn't help either.
No, because
take my credit card. It was Schumacher. Schumacher ruined it.
Yeah, Schumacher is the thing.
Joel Schumacher ruins everything he fucking touches.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
The only thing from Batman and Robin was Kiss from a Rose. Okay, that was the
only. And yes, Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze was the fucking worst thing ever.
Well,
and the best thing too.
It's the script that he was given.
It's so bad it's good.
So bad it's meme worthy.
There are too many one-liners. That's part of the problem too. In most of his movies, he gets one or two one-liners. They just cram them all in there because they could.
Do you want to chill?
Part of me thinks that maybe those last two movies was a response to, what's his name? The guy who did the comics, The Dark Knight and 300. Fuck, I can't remember that writer's guy's name. Tim Miller or not Tim Miller. Whatever the fuck. Anyway, guy who did Sin City. So when he did his take on Batman, and he did that dark, gritty, like old man Bruce Wayne going around. He was retired back and he's kicking ass. It was a great storyline, but it was a really, really dark storyline, and that's partially what inspired the Tim Burton movies. But he did say that was just meant to be because after that, Batman was always dark. He's always dark and broody and brooding. He's always, tipping the line between like good and evil, that kind of stuff. But he had said, like, look, Batman was always supposed to be like Adam West, having fun, superhero campy kind of thing. He just did his weird little mini series, and that was supposed to be it. Yeah. Like, he just wanted to do his one take, but he didn't realize that forever. At that point, he changed everything. And then I think some people responded to that going, yeah, you're right. This is going to go. If we keep going this dark route, it's going to be. There's no coming back. He's going to be like an R-rated superhero. So I think
should have been.
Well, and probably. I mean, yeah. So it kind of went in a weird direction. I will say though, I think that the Batman Arkham games should have been more like what the movie should be. It's dark and gritty, but still has that slight silliness to it in some of the characters.
That's a pretty interesting idea. Make movies after the Arkham games, because I know the stories in them were really good.
Well, that and their performances are amazing. I love it.
Yeah, that would actually be really cool. As always, the best Joker really is Mark Hamill.
Yeah. I love his voicing of it. It's amazing. Oh, fuck. I gotta go, guys.
Oh, come on. Well,
I really fucking
You should eat more fiber. It'll help with that.
It will really help. Actually, yeah. This guy knows me.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
I'm going to go shit and eat Chinese food. That's what I'm going to go do. So, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, he does need to eat more food.
Yeah, he does.
So, MCU, we've got what is it, Ant-Man and Wasp? That'll be really interesting. I was pretty impressed with Ant-Man. I like that Hank Pym was the old man.
Have we all seen Avengers, Infinity War?
We are trying to avoid spoilers. So we're at the halfway mark. We've hit halfway through the show. At this point, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, get the fuck out.
See, the reason why I bring that up is because Ant-Man and the Wasp almost takes place completely after Avengers. And if you've seen Avengers, you know that they're not in there. Now, the same thing with Hawkeye. He's not in Avengers either. So Ant-Man and the Wasp has some really, really big shoes to fill and trying to be the centerpiece or the bookend to this whole like Avengers phase.
Yeah, but they've got Captain Marvel.
I'm gonna say it
next year.
all those disintegrations, okay, are not deaths. Okay, I'm gonna say that now.
Well, more than likely, if we're theorizing on this, I'm pretty sure they're in the Soul Stone. I don't think they're dead.
Yeah,
and the reason why I say this is you just have to look at the slate for next year, for next summer's movie blockbusters. And here, I'll read this off to you because I actually wrote this.
They already confirmed, and I believe they confirmed, and I heard that they said that yes, the rumors that people are saying about the stones is true. So that's
okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna say there's 4 Marvel movies coming next summer. We have Captain Marvel in March, Avengers Untitled in May, Spider-Man 2 in July, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 sometime 2020. We're assuming it's going to be like after New Year. So that's the next set of Marvel phases. All right. Okay. If you don't know, Spider-Man
it's beautiful.
I know I'm losing it with this OJ thing. Oh my God.
This is a wonderful, wonderful meme.
Oh.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Love it.
So
I want to see Thanatos backhand Sauron with that.
I feel like you really messed that. You really messed that reference up, bro.
Oh, there's more to the meme. I didn't show the rest of it. Hold on, I gotta show the whole thing. There we go. That's better.
I never married her to begin with.
I got a question based on the chat. Who do you guys think would actually play a good Harley Quinn?
Ooh.
Laura
Dern. No, I'm joking.
In all honesty, from everything I've seen so far with actors, I don't think there is anyone. At least if there is, I haven't seen them yet. I didn't mind Margot Robbie's performance in Suicide Squad. I didn't mind it, but that's just it. It was meh. It didn't blow me away.
What about what's her face? Though it's from Juno and all that stuff.
You got to get someone who can really play crazy.
Yeah. You got. Well, no, I mean that's pretty much any woman, honestly. I mean, we said play, pretend. Okay, yeah, it can get dangerous. We need actresses.
If Charlize Theron lost some weight, I don't know.
What?
Well, here's the thing. I think that we need an actor who might be an unknown. Sorry, someone needs to actually go out there and specifically find actors to play this role instead of someone that's already been established.
What was that? What was that girl that was in Natural Born Killers?
Fuck, what was her name?
She's probably really old now.
Yeah, I know. Like, if you had gotten her early, she could have played a pretty good Harley Quinn.
Yeah, similarly, Tommy said in the chat that he thought Bride of Chucky would be a good... The woman who played Bride of Chucky would have been a good cast.
Let's take a risk and go Lindsay Lohan.
If she were younger.
Come on, put Lindsay Lohan
I think we could get Miley Cyrus in that role.
Yeah.
No, good God.
I mean, she would probably turn it into a porn, but...
Okay, you got to pick somebody that no one would expect. Like, if it's a well-known actress, you need to pick somebody that's used to doing, like, comedy or serious movies. And then...
No, don't do that, because you know that they'll go and stick us with one of those fucking weirdos.
What's her name from SNL and Ghostbusters?
Yeah,
blonde lady?
yeah.
What's her name now?
No. Anything that involves that.
Kate McKinnon.
No.
We don't speak those names.
If we let them, that's what they will do.
Anything from that Ghostbusters movie is cancer. Don't touch them.
Yeah.
If I really had to pick someone, if I really had to stop and think about it, there's only one person I can think of who could play Harley Quinn. And that would actually be Tara Strong.
Huh.
You know her? Tara Strong. Tara Strong, she's actually a voice actress. She actually plays Harley Quinn. The thing is, though, if you actually see her, that woman is a fucking bombshell. She's still like, she's like a mom and all that kind of stuff. But man, she's still fucking hot. Hey, Darnell, how's it going?
Yeah, she's got the look of like she could pull off a Harley Quinn. I think
she cosplays Harley Quinn at some conventions, and she's still got it. She's still got it.
One of the younger Amazon women from Wonder Woman or whatever. I don't know. One of the background actresses.
I will say this: they are all too scrawny to play Amazons. As for Harley Quinn, meh, maybe. Hey, Darnell, how you doing?
Good, you?
I'm okay. Hey, just gonna fly this by you. You've seen Tara Strong, right?
Yes.
Do you think she could play Harley Quinn? Like an older Harley Quinn?
Live performance or?
Yes.
I say more like I say more in an opening sort of Harley Quinn, like as soon as she gets like dunked or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could do like an older Harley Quinn. Like they have that Harley Quinn TV show currently in the works right now. Cast Tara Strong. She's perfect for the role.
Here she is. This is a great picture of her cosplaying as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Bam!
Okay, I've got a list of 10 stars who should have played Harley Quinn and 5 that almost did. Okay. Number 10 should have Sarah Michelle Gellar. Ugh.
No.
Number 9 should have Mina Suvari.
No.
Never heard of her.
Isla Fisher from Wedding Crashers.
She's crazy enough.
Juno Temple, the girl from Atonement, Notes on a Scandal. I don't know. She's in Girls, but probably not. Oh, Natalie Portman. Ew. No. Anyway, they almost cast Zooey Deschanel.
People need to learn Natalie Portman cannot be stuck into every single role. You have to have other women.
They actually considered Zooey Deschanel, okay?
Wait, for Harley?
Yeah. You got Brittany Murphy.
That would have worked.
Well, actually, hold on. Zooey Deschanel, to be fair, you know, she's the daughter of Nadine from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And that was a crazy performance.
And Emma Roberts tried out too.
Can we move off of Harley Quinn? I know you guys all need some spank bank material tonight, but like
Ragdoll also asked about Catwoman. Who would be?
Oh God, no! You've ruined Catwoman so badly.
We're not putting.
That was her point.
We need to give it some time. Let those wounds heal.
We are not putting Mia Jovovich or whatever in that role. Okay, we are not. Mila Jovovich is not playing.
At least somebody else is reading the damn chat. God.
Amy Schumer. No,
please. Fucking God.
You can put her in as the bad guy.
No, they're thinking for Harley Quinn, I think, and it's like, no.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about.
Too fat.
But you know, she doesn't get picked. She'll definitely complain to Netflix.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, Iron Man got paid more money than me.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Cast Amy Schumer as Vicky Vale.
There you
go. Oh God, that's horrible. Why would you do that? You're a terrible human being.
Well, all I would say is that sometimes you're seeing roles in movies, like even with the Batman movies or something, where they cast somebody and they do amazing and you don't expect them to. Like everybody at first was like, Heath Ledger as the Joker. Everybody was like, that's weird.
Nah, he pulled that off so well.
No, I know, but when he was cast at first, everybody's like, 10 things I hate about you? What?
Is he going to be like, what was that movie he did where he was a knight? And they're like playing, Knight's Tale, and they're like playing Queen in the stands as he jousts. It was crazy.
Yep. Pretty fantastic. And I still like Dark Knight, but Dark Knight Rises.
I think they just felt like wrapping it up.
Yeah.
And once again, it suffers from something that all the movies that come out of DC suffer from, and that's just rushed production.
Yeah, it looks that way. Like with Batman versus Superman, like the Superman death thing and whatever, that was so rushed. Like they just rushed that whole thing actually with the big giant beast and everything they're fighting. So
yeah, well,
I hate how they do that. It's like, oh, we got a deadline coming up, so let's just let's skimp on all the CGI and just make it really, really bad.
So.
Yeah.
So Darnell, give us some of what you think we should go in the direction with movies here in the comic book world.
So one of the things that I've always talked about with the reason why I always think that Marvel DC films have gone very differently is just the director culture that both of the movies have employed. Like if you see a lot of the DC films, they've been employed by like a lot of big name actors and big name directors. You know, Snyder. Um, I forgot the name. I don't.
Zack fucking Snyder.
But I forgot.
he's the-
I just remember Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill. I forgot the name of the woman that does Wonder Woman. But you get what I mean. Like a lot of people that people kind of already knew before going in. Like the only major exception was, like I said, the woman that did Wonder Woman. That was kind of already that was kind of a nobody. But directors wise, a lot of people already knew these directors. Meanwhile, you go into the Marvel route, a lot of them were either like indie directors or like small time directors before, with the exception of Joss Whedon. And you kind of see the like difference in filmmaking because a lot of the Marvel writers had to gravitate towards the books for their safety, whereas a lot of the DC directors were more, no, I have this, and became more self-confident, thus their results.
Yeah, so as a result, you get Marvel sitting pretty close to the original product, with
or at least in seem, not even if it's necessarily it's exactly like the books, or at least it's not like you could tell these people actually read the book.
I think if I had to say, I think part of the problem with the comparison between Marvel and DC is that Marvel is more producer focused and the DC is more creator focused. And what I mean is, like, if you're Marvel and you're hiring a bunch of young new directors, chances are they're not going to shake the boat. They're not going to, say that, oh, we know what we're doing.
To be there, man. They're just happy to be there.
They're just happy to be part of this. They're happy to get the paychecks and get the name recognition. That they're happy to do whatever you tell them to do because they know that. And then at DC, they take the opposite approach and they hire all these big name directors and all that, and they think that they know what they're doing. They let them run what they're going to do. The problem is, though, is that the producers have they have a plan. They have to be careful and plan out these things and make sure they connect and make sure everything works out all around, because they have a little team to make sure that everything goes well. And DC didn't have that. And another comparison for the exact same problem is look at Star Wars. That's more director focused. Look at the last Star Wars movie.
Yeah. What about getting Tim Miller another job?
Yeah, I think you took a point that I keep forgetting to talk about, the fact that one, you can tell that they have a plan and focus, and the other one tends to play it by ear, because I mean, times DC has completely changed their roster into saying, hey, this is what's coming out.
Yeah, I think in the case of the Russo brothers, because they directed Winter Soldier. And
by the way, that is the best Marvel movie. All right,
it's really good. Yeah, the Russo brothers are really good. I mean, that and Civil War did really well, and now we have Avengers Infinity. Like that's 3 home runs that these 2 directors have done. And I think part of the other reason for that is that they're deep in the corporate world, and they know what they're doing. They're talking with the people up top, and they're talking with all the other actors. And they spend a lot of time talking to a lot of different people and a lot of the actors just to make sure that everyone's happy and everyone's doing the best they can. And then at the same time, they're working with all these different writers and people and the original source material. They put in a lot of work. And that I think that really shows in the movies, at least the movies that they do.
What about giving Tim Miller another job or something?
Well, Tim Miller, one, that's Fox, and 2, he got a lot of free range because, you could say Fox does have a plan, because if you looked at all the various different X-Men movies, there is some consistency through them. Like they don't wear the costumes, for one; they all wear biker outfits.
No, never mind. He's doing a standalone movie for Kitty Pryde. Okay.
We'll see if that goes through, because acquisitions and whatnot. I mean, Tim Miller, I like his go on Deadpool was so good.
I know.
And I wanted him to come back for Deadpool 2, but obviously that wasn't going to happen.
How long do you think till they turn it over to Ryan Reynolds entirely?
They practically did this time around.
Did they? Is he director or producer?
No, he's not. He's not director and producer. They found a director and producer that will work with him. But the thing is that some rumors and stuff that have come through, like from interviews, is that essentially Fox was they thought the movie did so well because of Ryan Reynolds, and as such, they gave him supreme power. So he says, does he get final say on creativity and all this kind of stuff? Yeah. He gets anything he wants. And Tim Miller's like, well, what about me? I did all this hard work. I mean, like I'm faithful to the books and all that stuff. I did and then they essentially gave him nothing.
He's gone now, though. He's got James Cameron now because he's doing the new Terminator. So
yeah, he's got a lot of roles. I mean, a lot of people are willing to work with the guy, and he did okay. I wanted him to come back for Deadpool, though. I mean, because he knows what he was doing. So, like the scary thing about Deadpool 2 is that it's going to be a lot of the influence is going to be done by Ryan Reynolds, and I don't know because he's Mr. Funny. He's all about the jokes. And I worry that there's going to be like so many jokes in Deadpool 2 that they're going to forget that, oh, wait, this is supposed to be an action comic book themed movie, not a joke fest. That's kind of the problem that we have with Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok. They're joke fests. They're good movies, sure, but they're constant jokes.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is going to be super busy in the next couple of years. Though,
I think, to me, Guardians of the Galaxy is like the comic series, and even in the comic books, it's the comic series for somebody that doesn't want to read a serious comic anymore. They're sick and tired of the serious comics. They just want just slapstick fun.
Which is really ironic when you think about how that iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy originated, where it's like, oh wow, we just had the space holocaust. In comes Guardians of the Galaxy.
Samaj. Mm-hmm. So, do you think Squirrel Girl is the future of the MCU?
No, and
I really hope they don't do that one. But
here's the thing about Squirrel Girl, and a lot of people don't always follow with me on that, but she
can find your nuts.
Them nuts. She's the lovable loser. She's one of those characters who wants to be a hero, who wants to do good, who wants to do all this stuff. But one, she doesn't know what she's doing. All she can do is talk to squirrels. And three, she's a fucking klutz. I mean, it's ripe for humor. Is what it is.
Absolute best superpower. 10 of 10. Would talk to squirrels again.
And even one of my favorite things is if they did do the X-Men acquisition, you could have a scene where, let's say, like some other hero is talking to her. It's like, wait, if you're a mutant, why aren't you talking? Why are you with the X-Men? She says, "Oh, they're a bit too stuck up for me." It's like, okay, that was actually funny.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that she would work fine for, let's say, espionage. But let's be fair here. She talks to squirrels. Squirrels hibernate during the winter, which means she only has like squirrel powers come summer. She's essentially a summer villain or summer hero. That's all she is.
Like Black Widow. Black Widow barely does anything.
Well, Black Widow does a fair bit, but
you could actually do kind of a school TV show about Squirrel Girl based on that.
Yeah, I mean, they could. I kind of hope that they wouldn't. I think, like I said, I think Squirrel Girl is probably best suited for a sitcom than it would be for anything else. If they did like a Marvel sitcom with Squirrel Girl and a couple other like useless superheroes or whatever,
they already kind of said that the idea was that they were going to do her in the New Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with that, so long as they don't try to do like the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, the comic run, because essentially it's like, oh yeah, talking to squirrels, she's totally fully capable of kicking Thanos' ass. Yeah, that makes sense.
She's a strong, independent woman.
I don't know. She could get hundreds of thousands of squirrels to like.
She, in one, like she got 2 number ones in a year, and the reason for that is because the first one got canceled.
And it was literally, let's try not to get canceled this time. That was literally the tagline.
But it sells just as badly as the first time, and why it hasn't been canceled yet, who knows?
I actually did an interview with the guy with a comic book salesman. I mean comic book store salesman, and he's talking about that. It's like, yeah, I don't know either, because you think if this is Scholastic, it's like, okay, well, it's not like the kids. No, Squirrel Girl is not marketing to kids; it's marketing to adults. I don't even know how.
Marvel for you, you know.
There's a YouTube channel called Diversity in Comics, and he actually had a couple issues of that, and he gave it to his daughter for her to read. And yeah, he asked her why, and she said that all she does is brag, and no one likes that. Not the kids, not the adults, and that's why it doesn't sell. That and the art style is horrendously evil. I'm sorry, I don't want some woman with Down syndrome going around saving the world. No, it's not
joking. She almost really does look like she has Down syndrome.
And it doesn't help that she's a fucking A cup with like short hair. It looks looks more like a man, a Down syndrome.
Oh,
man.
Amy Schumer.
Yeah,
we got a role for Amy Schumer.
No, Amy Schumer looks more like a woman than she does.
With her trusty sidekick, JF.
No. Keep that shit out of this discussion.
Dolphin. I would rather fap to fucking Amy Schumer than I would to this.
Get out, kick him from the chat.
Amy Schumer, Jesus.
No, that is how bad this drawing is. This is not me endorsing her. This is not me showing how bad these drawings are.
No, I'm messing.
Samaj, you can back me up on this.
Okay.
You need a lot more ink to draw Amy Schumer.
All right, so more positive direction. Generation X, yay or nay?
So long as, like I say, we don't get Down syndrome, I think we'll be okay. Allow me to introduce.
Oh my God, that's awful. You're right.
Let me introduce the Squirrel Girl.
I think
that's a girl.
I think I saw that artwork on Tumblr once.
That's awful.
Funny you should say that, because that's probably where this artist came from. That was the cover.
Yeah.
More stuff. Let's just say this
the fact
is
that
not.
She's got squirrel teeth, like that's.
Well, she sort of did originally, but
she's always had squirrel teeth, but it's always more like a traditional buck teeth, not that like it was only squirrel teeth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not good. There was a different artist who was supposed to go around making Squirrel Girl.
Originally a couple, and they got fired for being conservatives.
Yeah, unfortunately. But then this is the kind of artwork you would have gotten, like this kind of a Squirrel Girl. This is kind of like a cute little, almost anime-ish kind of art style. This would work fine if you were making like a kids friendly book or a comedy of some sort. Yeah. This works good. I'm okay with it.
Furries.
It could be. You know what? There could be for that. Don't be judging.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
That's how they get you young.
That's how they get.
But the artist on that one looks a lot better than.
Hold up! Now go back to that real quick.
Which one? This one?
No, go up and to the far right there. Why can't we get art like that?
Oh, like
yeah, there. We go.
That's what she used to look like. Yeah, that's what she used to look like during 2008.
That's what she used to look like, and now we get.
Well, they ruined it.
Something.
Oh God! Oh God!
Crossover with the Beast.
That's a realistic depiction of what we've got now. Oh. Oh
God!
I finally understand what all the comic book people reading comic books today are complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had great art. Ours were fantasy stories, and people all looked good.
Squirrel Girl used to be kind of cute. All right, kind of cute. Now we have this monster.
Like I said, like here's my thing. I've always hated the characters, but at least even I could admit it's like, oh, okay, she's just a teenage-sized college-age girl. Now she looks not even like a person anymore. She looks like the reason why people discriminate against mutants.
Yeah, exactly. See, even the Marvel
wait. Where is she from? What group is she from?
She used to be a mutant.
Okay, but like from what faction is she?
She was just like a mutant And then when people asked her, well, why aren't you joining the X-Men? She's like, I don't want to be discriminated as a mutant, so I'm just not going to tell people I'm a mutant.
Okay, I got to show something. People in the chat were like, "Oh, I can't wait for them to go full SJW with the Squirrel Girl movie," right? Yeah.
Oh wow, New Warriors is gonna have Squirrel Girl.
That's
Mhm.
who's playing her though.
You know what? I can deal with her if she's playing Squirrel Girl.
Yeah. It's a comedy.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll
Yeah,
give it a go.
like I said,
Yeah.
the fact that it's New Warriors, like I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably deal with the fact that, like, yeah, it's the New Warriors. It's the team nobody wants.
See, Squirrel Girl doesn't look as bad there. She looks okay, but
Yeah.
the Squirrel looks a little too excited. But you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
So
they're
I
having-
think
I think Generation X would make a great like trilogy.
So,
You can have
well,
the introduction, the build up, and then the death of the team.
so this actually is a possible thing that's going to happen. This might actually have New Warriors.
it's animated though, so it's like gonna be different. I think so.
Well, I guess that means that Squirrel Girl really is the future of the MCU.
The animated you.
I don't know if it's animated. It says Marvel Television on New Warrior.
Yeah, because the picture Samaj shows had right now, that's the picture that the actress is apparent showed of her being Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scroll
So
up
I'm
to
not sure. It
find
might be live action. I don't know. It's not really.
Yeah,
seen.
it is.
Okay, it is. Yeah. All right.
Like,
Well,
so long as it's
that's the comic version.
as long as it's more of an attractive woman and instead of some Down syndrome dude.
Yeah, but they're also bragging like, "Oh, we have this diverse cast."
That does bother me. I wish they wouldn't say that.
Because and like I said, it's like really with the diverse cast, you do know this is like the cast you just showed is the cast that would have died during like the beginning of Civil War. It's already diverse when they caused a literal war.
Actually, as of November, it said it was looking for a new home. I
That's
don't know
fan art.
or not.
well, damn right, that's fan art. They wouldn't do that. Although that didn't stop Gwenpool from having Donald Trump as MODOK. So
Yes.
They're telling us that it's still coming out in 2018. They're just looking for a new home for it.
I think that with the backlash of Squirrel Girl, there's some concern. Also, I remember finding this image before of Squirrel Girl.
Oh yeah, because that's Speedball. So Speedball being one of the characters that caused Civil War, and she's like, "No, I really love Speedball. He's so cute." So she tries to travel back in time to prevent him from being part of the accident, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well,
It's like Back to the Future, where it's like it's literally just for self-interest and not like to like I'm doing this for heroic reason. No, because I find a boy cute.
well, apparently the pilot is so good that Marvel TV is wants to pick it up for 2 seasons, depending like what channel it gets put on. So yeah, they're ordering 2 seasons of it. So
if I had the ballpark, I'm going to say they're going to maybe hold off on it when they start doing their live streaming network, whatever it is that's going to be.
There was talk that they could possibly put it on the Disney one, which would be really dumb. But
yeah, well, it could be the only thing that saves Squirrel Girl in some sense.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not to say there weren't some good Squirrel Girl art. I mean, this card, I wouldn't mind that. That's actually pretty darn good.
Yeah.
If you look up Samaj, if you look up Squirrel Girl versus Wolverine, that's actually a really good depiction.
Like the ones you're showing, Samaj, at least she doesn't look totally insane in those pictures. Like those ones.
Exactly. I think this is Mary Jane. I'm not complaining either way.
That's from DeviantArt.
And that could be. Look, shut up. I'm fapping here.
No, there's some good artists out there that maybe they should consider looking at to hire them to do some of this stuff, because obviously the ones that they have hired are like awful. So
just imagine them going to DeviantArt and getting the artists that Medicare made fun of.
Yeah.
They could do that. They could very easily.
So do you think
this is the Japanese one? This is the one that they showed in Japan to try and sell their books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think
Wow.
that's partially what got C.B. Cebulski hired as the new editor in chief, because the guy went above and beyond to try and sell his books, and he knew what sells. So like, yeah, we'll put you in charge. So I kept hoping that he'd fire people, but he did sort of, but not enough.
I like that fat little squirrel in the bottom right. That's like, it's got his cheeks all puffed out. It's like, yeah,
Oh, that thing?
look at that. Yeah,
Tiptoe, I think his name is.
it's got an evil look in its eye. That's a cool squirrel.
Some of these squirrels are good. Yeah.
What do you think we'd have to give them complete productive control or production control? Do you think Yonan Vasquez would go ahead and sign over Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and do it?
Ooh.
Be like, you have full control over the writing, the direction, and the production. Just make the damn movie.
No. I don't want that to be anything but a book.
Yeah,
Like I said, I almost feel like, weirdly enough, if he would, he would just go like, no, just give me Carnage and I'll do Carnage, because similar point, I want Johnny to remain a book.
What wasn't?
yeah.
isn't the next
Vasquez
Avengers-
is.
Isn't the next Avengers movie the last part of this phase for Marvel?
It's the opening of Phase. It's this, and then you have things like Captain Marvel and so on.
Yeah, is that the new phase or is that part of the same one?
I think that's
Part of same one.
I think it's part of the same one. There's some confusion at this point because they kept calling it by phases.
Because there's so many
Usually-
new characters that they can do. Like it's gonna be pretty cool.
Well,
But
Usually, like the Avengers would be like the closing of the chapter. This is the first time we ever have 2 chapters.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, is this a phase 3? Is this a phase 4?
This might be the transitional period.
At this point, I'm just going to say I'm not going to bother concerning myself with it.
Maybe this ends phase 3.
Well, it's a massive end. It's a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, if you think about it, there are those moments in life that everything can be compared to everything happened before that or everything happened after that. And Thanatos is one of those moments. Thanos is one of those moments.
yeah,
I'm just glad we finally got Red Skull back.
Yeah, that was cute.
In a weird kind of way. I know it's not the same actor, too. It's some other guy.
He pulled it off well. Really well.
Hey, Darnell. More Squirrel Girl?
But like I was saying, like, hey, look, this is actually how you should portray the character. Actually looking like a college age girl, not the fucking monstrosity we've been showing.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I hate the character, but even I will fucking fight for her rights.
I think a new direction
That's Daredevil, by the way.
that these universes could go is start looking at graphic novels.
Mm.
I think DC, if they would pull their heads out of their ass and try to make something that's dedicated to like they did with Watchmen. What they did with Watchmen was quite possibly one of the greatest comic book movies ever.
What they did with Watchmen is they still did the weekly comics, and then they put together the trade paperback, which is what they still do today. And actually, trade paperbacks are the only thing that's keeping anyone alive, because there's a lot of people out there who will buy the trade paperbacks and put them on the shelves and never read them. They're just sort of there to say, yes, I'm quite the collector. Here it is. It's instead of saying that, instead of actually getting actual books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they want to get that one that introduces that character that 10 years down the road everybody realizes they love.
Oh yeah.
But even so, I mean, people who still buy weeklies, I mean, those are still collector's items. And even though I like to bitch about Squirrel Girl and how awful it is, I mean, comics are so bad right now that you can take these comic books that are so bad, hold on to them, take care of them, do everything you can to make sure they're well preserved. Because in years down the road, people are going to look back at that and go, that was the most hated comic at the time.
Yeah.
And they'll become a collector's item.
Yeah, it'll be like you got one of the 36 copies of the relaunch of Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
That actually didn't get returned to Marvel. And they burned them all in the back of the building. In
No,
shame.
it'll be more like I've never seen this before. I thought this was just a myth.
Well, what comics did have, like Marvel Comics in particular, they just finished an event that will essentially be their equivalence of the ET game. Remember how bad that was? And legend has it in San
Wait, which one
Landfill.
are we talking about? Are we talking about Civil War II? Are we talking about No Surrender? Are we talking about Secret Empire? Come
We are
on, you have
talking
to
about
give me.
Secret Empire, my dude.
Ugh.
Secret Empire. Legend has it that there are still stacks of unsold comics in every store. They don't mention it because it's a huge blemish.
It's like Blockbuster Video. It's just like this old.
No,
stuff,
you
like,
ever wonder what every
No, Blockbuster Video is looking at comic book stores and saying, "Damn, we could sell better than that."
No, the cheap comic book stores don't use tables. They just stack up copies, put a towel over it, then they get their boxes on top.
Brilliant.
Put them to some use, right?
I got a question. Do you think we'll ever see Jack Kirby's The Eternals adapted?
Yes.
Oh, they're already talking about that. They're already talking that they're going to adapt the Eternals.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's this New Mutant crap they're doing? I don't know.
Well,
The New
they're already
Mutant-
saying one is a movie, and that two is going to be centered around like arrows and like Thanos, pretty much.
Are we talking New Mutants? Like remember that
No,
trailer?
Eternals.
Oh, the Eternals. Oh, I thought it was someone mentioned New Mutants. So
Hey guys, real quick, I gotta pitch the show because we have come to the end of an hour and 10 minutes of the Brain Trust. We're here every single Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna keep the show going, but just want to invite you guys back, let you know that it's officially an hour. And we're just going to keep on going for a little bit.
And debate night Friday night, by the way, guys.
Oh, yeah. And check out the Academy Debate Show Friday night. That's going to be, is it 9 Central?
8
Central. And that's 9 p.m. Eastern. So come check us out. What's the subject this week, Chair?
It's starting to, the vote ends like today or tomorrow, but it's looking like North Korea, South Korea, peace, whether it's sustainable or not.
All right. Excellent. So come check that out. And if you haven't voted in the poll, go follow Academy Debates on Twitter and vote in the poll. Tell us what we should debate on week to week. And if you'd also like to hashtag BrainTrust, I will be checking that on a pretty regular basis to see what you guys think we should have brainstorms on in the future. And that being that, Chair, you're in charge. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. You guys enjoy. And it's been a lot of fun. Peace.
Ramble on as you
Night, Dolphin. Just remember, our final statement's going to be, Squirrel Girl is the future of the MCU. Indisputable. And it's going to be as social justice cringe as you think it's going to be.
All right. Well, it's your reputation, not mine.
What I will say, Egg Lord.
Fuck yeah. That is actually... That is going to be awesome. Because that's deep Marvel lore.
that is deep. And I think since like Thor Ragnarok was such a huge success, that's very steeped in Kirby lore as well. That yeah, sure, why not? And also it's the Eternals. I mean, why not?
And like I said, it's concerning the fact that apparently they were thinking of doing essentially the reason why, the reason why Thanos is doing the things he does, or afterwards, where it's essentially them just going, oh fuck, okay, we need to now step out of the shadows because he's our responsibility.
So early on with Deadpool, with the trailers, he made that comment about to Cable, cool the brakes, Thanos. Great joke, loved it. I think it was never used in any other trailer after that, and part of the reason for that is because Disney, because they say they would stop making those comparisons. and part of the rumor behind that is that they're already working together on future stuff. And part of the rumors going on there is that they're already planning on having some MCU characters show up in X-Force.
Mm.
And then vice versa. So that's just a theory that or a rumor that's been sort of going around.
Okay.
Part of the reason for that is in the next Avengers, because the after credits thing is become a tradition with Marvel movies, like what's coming next, that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure that at the end of the next Avengers movie, what's the next thing you can show? Like what comes after Thanos?
Mm.
The only thing that could come after Thanos that I can think of is Galactus. And
For me,
yes.
the only reason I wouldn't say is because I just think because a lot of people would just think of like, wait, what? But why? So the logistical thing is Kang to Conquer.
Maybe.
Because people, and I say the reason why not is because people would be saying, wait, but why this specific time period? Why if you have a villain that's time travels, why not like go before or after, or so on and so on?
By the way, with the New Mutants, you've got Magic, Wolfsbane, Cannonball, Sunspot, Mirage, Magic. There's two versions of Magic, the young one and the older one. But yeah.
New Mutants went from an R-rated movie to a PG, and then was delayed, as far as I can tell, indefinitely.
It's in reshoots right now. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they're taking a long time. We should have heard something by now. And also, like, we haven't heard anything since then. And I'm not entirely certain, but I think that the movie itself is, and the same thing with the next X-Men movie. That also has been like reshoots and huge delays. And I'm pretty sure Disney is a factor of that. And if I had to speculate, they're not going to be in theaters. But I do think that they will be on Disney's live streaming thing once that deal goes through. I think they already got the system set up. I think they already have the means. They just have to get it online and advertised and all that. And I think... Huh?
So when is Disney going to buy the rights to X-Men?
Well, we're not entirely certain. There have been a few delays. And
including the fact that Comcast is right now trying to make their bid.
Yeah. I think that also, like, there has to be a few hurdles that you have to jump. Like, the government has to be okay, because otherwise you have, like, a monopoly for movie rights, because Disney owns a huge chunk of the movie franchises, and that could be a bad thing. So, of course, if the government says, no, you guys can't do this, well, then you can't do that. But I'm pretty sure even if it doesn't go through, I'm pretty sure we're still going to get, like, X-Men and Deadpool in the MCU. I'm pretty sure they're already working on deals. Just because, why wouldn't you? I think they've waited long enough.
Yeah.
And the rumor is that they've already been in talks for a long time. Like, one of which being is that Ego, the Living Planet, from Guardians of the Galaxy, is essentially a Silver Surfer villain, and that's mostly tied into the Fantastic Four, which is owned by Fox. So they had to work some shenanigans to get Ego in, and chances are that, like, they got Ego, but I think in return they got Josh Brolin to do Cable.
No, it was actually that they got they were allowed to change like Sonic Teenage Warhead's powers. Because originally, like the Sonic Teenage Warhead's powers was that she was psychic, yeah, but because of the deal, they managed to change it to where she has Cannonball's powers now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know that they did a couple things, so there's a few.
Josh Brolin as Cable is perfect.
Yeah.
I had some concerns, but ever since seeing the trailer, I'm like, yeah, this guy. I want to see this guy. I want to see them go at it. I just want it. How much longer do we have to wait? Where's my calendar? I think it's. Oh, is it next week? Fuck.
I've not been paying attention to release dates lately.
What day is it today? Is it the 9th?
Today's the 10th.
Is it the 10th?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
I just
well,
couldn't picture anybody else with cable, though. I really couldn't.
yeah, Deadpool comes out next Friday.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That'll be fun.
I really hope. I'm hopeful, but with all the director problems and stuff like that, hopefully it's still not destroyed or anything.
Well,
You know, people have already been asking, like, what's going to happen with Deadpool 3. And because Deadpool 2 isn't even out yet.
Well, according to Ryan Reynolds, he says that there's not going to be a Deadpool 3. That's going to be centered around like X-Force and like the other X-Men movies.
huh. Well, we seem to be winding down here at the Academy.
I think so. There's only so much we can talk about. I did want to say, just recently, Batman Ninja just came out on DVD from Warner Brothers. It's an animated Batman movie. It's fucking awesome. It's great. You get to actually see Batman do actual Naruto ninjutsu stuff. It's something you have to see to believe.
Believe it.
Believe it.
You fucking stole the joke I was gonna do.
He saw it coming. It's so good. I've seen it. It's weird. It's funny. It's getting overshadowed because of the fucking Avengers. But everyone should watch this movie.
No, but I've heard people say how fantastic it is. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So
Squirrel Girl is the future of the MCU, and the DCEU is just a lost cause by this point.
Yes.
Open up a lighter, spread the juices upon your cock, lay it up, and give yourself a flaming blowjob, because that's what you deserve for that comment. A flaming blowjob.
Aw. Actually, it doesn't sound that. It sounds terrible at first, but the way the phrase "flaming blowjob." Oh no, that sounds pretty epic.
If you're gonna go out, you're gonna go out with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a couple of, like, you owe money to the gangs and whatnot. They get you. They're like, "What are you gonna do to me? What? We're gonna give you a flaming blowjob." Well, that doesn't sound so. Ah!
All right.
No. You say that doesn't sound so bad. It's just they're just gonna go, Nick, what?
Before we completely tarnish the reputation of the Academy,
Wait, you have a reputation?
We're trying to maintain one.
That was your first mistake.
Let's say our farewells and chill ourselves.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I'll go first, I guess. I've been Chairview. It's Chairview on YouTube, Chairview on Twitter. I'm also helping with the show on Friday nights, the debate show. So check that one out as well. And yeah, that's about it. So
please do. We've been trying to get that one off the ground, and we've got the formula down by this point.
Well, we're trying to get both these off the ground. Like, guys, if you can spread the word about this program, this show, tweet it out, talk about it to your friends, whatever, it would really help, because we're trying to get views, and like, we're not happy with just, well, we are, but we would like more than just 20 views on videos and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Samaj?
Guys, if you need a shirt on or something like that so you don't go out naked, please head on down to GulfCityGaming.com. That's GulfCityGaming.com. Help the cause. All hail Blue Whale.
Darnell?
I'm Darnell Enriquez. You can follow me on Twitter on @DarnellHenry. I also am a co-host for the YouTube channel Bad Invictus. We do a show called Comic Monitors where we talk about comics and other related nerd media. Follow us. It's a lot of fun.
And I'm Egglord the Nosferatu. Follow me on Twitter at that handle. It's the only place I post anymore. And have a good night.
See you guys later. Have a good night.